Oh, sicker than your average. Beats twist cabbage off instinct. Y'all don't think. Stink. Pink Gators, my Detroit players. Tins for my hooligans in Brooklyn. Dead right. That beats and rhyme shit. Who on it? Yeah. We'll talk about some British boxing today. A little. Touch on it a little.
Former world champion, one current world champion. Still a lot to prove. A lot to prove. You've got the guy who went on and achieved great things in his career, and then you've got a legacy of the guy who's yet to score. So when you balance it all out, it's a 50-50 fight, I think, and that's what makes it exciting.
He has developed himself tremendously. He has a professional team. He's an extreme athlete, and he's very athletic. He's trying to learn, and I've experienced that while he was 2 years ago at my training camp. He's calm, he's backed off, and he's learning. He's observing. So I think he has right attitude how to approach the sport and how to get better. And it's going to be really tough for me to fight such a young, ambitious man.
Well, what first pops to mind isn't so much like the boxing, it's just hearing that there's this guy that is got a PhD, intelligent, and knows how to fight well. And like, the way he represents himself was quite unique I watched a lot of Mike Tyson when I first started boxing, so they're very different. But they were both as dominant as each other in their own right. So that's what I remember about Klitschko being very unique. Maybe there's the fact that there's a different breed of heavyweights coming through. His era was a good era and a dominant era, but this fight will show him, if he wins, that this is still his era. And if he loses, I think he'll understand that this is a completely new breed of heavyweights coming through, and I have to kind of pass the torch on.
Well, that is exciting. I'm still in pretty amazing shape. I don't feel age till now. I don't know how it's going to be in 5 years, but as currently as right now, I feel motivated. I feel strong. The speed, experience, anticipation, it all works together well, and that's what actually I will need to say a couple of months later on the night of April 29th, just a couple of meters from here, in the middle of the Wembley Stadium. I want to say the same lines. You know what? I still got it. And that's why I'm holding these titles in my hands.
But for sure, when we go toe to toe, if he's hitting me in the head and I think, okay, I respect you, so I'm going to give you another shot, that would be crazy of me. So my job is to go out there and make sure that I'm hitting him and he's not hitting me. I perform to my best capabilities, and it's a boxing match. It's no problem to hit someone. It's no problem at all in the ring.
Yeah, it does. It's a legacy fight for sure. Anytime you box someone like Wladimir Klitschko for multiple belts at a 90,000 venue, that's the kind of nights that go down in history. So this is where Anthony Joshua wants to go. I don't think there'll be a backward step after this fight. And ultimately, it's two of the top heavyweights in the world fighting for the belt. So, I think the British fight fans are in for a huge night on April 29th and a massive acid test for Anthony Joshua.
Okay. I feel I'm a bit loud. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. So, as we know, the big fight is going to happen at Wembley Stadium this year. Klitschko versus Anthony Joshua. This is Joshua's first elite opponent that he takes on in the ring. And I've got Joshua winning this fight. This is a fight that if Joshua can't win, his career isn't over, but it will be a tremendous setback if he can't beat Klitschko. Klitschko is very good. Been very good over the years. But what's the truth? The truth is he's only good at a few things. If Anthony Joshua allows someone to beat him with just the left jab when his reach is comparable, and gripping and hugging tactics, if he's not, I'll be very shocked if he can't overcome that and beat Klitschko and do it better than Tyson Fury, because the dimensions are different. Now, Joshua versus Tyson Fury, it's a different fight. It's a totally different fight. Fury does things that Klitschko doesn't do well, like the feints more importantly, and he's not as obvious. I wouldn't say he's got faster feet than Vlad, but his footwork is not obvious. He's a little more unpredictable, and that's something that Joshua would have to deal with. And he has a massive reach, probably longer than AJ's. So there's two different fights. But in all truth, Joshua, if he is to do anything at this level here, he's supposed to win this. He's supposed to win this and win well, in my opinion. And it's a momentous occasion for a few reasons. 80,000 was the record for Groves versus Frutch, the rematch. I believe that was in 2014. See, I don't know how time flies so quick, man, at times, but it just does. It just does. Time flies. That was 2014. And that was 80,000 they did. 80,000. Massive gate, massive gate, massive gate. But Joshua has equaled that. And then some. He's equaled it. All the tickets are gone. And they're going to do 90,000 at Wembley. 90,000 is what we're going to get. Massive gate, massive gate, massive gate, massive gate, massive gate, massive gate. You know, they sold the 80,000 out. Too easy. Too easy. Too easy. Too easy. Too easy. And they had to go to the mayor, Sadiq Khan, who's had a couple of run-ins with with Donald Trump, like for a few months now, because you know Trump has very provocative language. You know, Sadiq Khan is not the most Anglo-Saxon or British indigenous name, if you like, and you know he does some crazy shit. You know, does some crazy shit. They've even been at it today. They've even been at it today. Over Muslim banning several Muslim countries from entering the US. So yeah, and he allocated 10,000 extra. And they're going to do, I don't know what they're going to do, because they're going to modify the London, the transport in London. They're going to modify it for the occasion. So getting back and forth should be easy. And it's going to be a massive event. It's going to be a huge event. That's all I can say. Very big, very big. This is ridiculously huge, you know. And I'm going to change what we have in the thing quickly. The picture in the window. Let's see if I can get it up. Right, this gentleman here is Len Harvey, former light heavyweight British champion and heavyweight champion. Actually, he held both titles. He was a very popular fighter in the UK in the 30s and 40s. And basically, if you haven't heard, Eddie Hearn is now in the process of maybe overtaking Jack Solomons as the best boxing promoter in the UK. Solomons, he's promoted Len Harvey, Freddie Mills, Henry Cooper. He promoted I think probably both Henry Cooper and Ali fights. He definitely promoted the title fight at Highbury. He definitely promoted that. And he's known as the greatest British boxing promoter, Jack Solomons. Oh, gosh, man. Oh. Right. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Just craziness. Where was we? Len Harvey. Yeah, Len Harvey, former British and heavyweight champion and light heavyweight champion. He held the original record. 90,000 people came to White City to see Len Harvey defend his British heavyweight title against Welshman Jack Stevenson. For some reason, I thought it was the Jock McAvoy fight at White Hart Lane, but he used to fight at White Hart Lane and he used to do big gates there. So Solomon's is he's that dude. He used to do 40s, 50s, 60s at White Hart Lane and various football grounds. The White City is in West London, west side. And yeah, he's Len Harvey is actually still alive, I believe. I think they were saying he wants to actually see the fight. He was a technician, and yeah, I don't know how old he is. How old would he be? Bloody hell! You know, how old would he be now? Is he still alive? That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, yeah. See, they're talking about when he held the what they would have called the Empire title. They're calling it the Commonwealth belts, but no, it would be the Empire title. That's what they called it back then. When he beat Jock McAvoy, who was a big rival of his, a nemesis, so to speak, and he stopped him in the last round. And Harvey just fell short. He fell short of world champion. He fell short at that level there. But I don't. Is he in the Boxing Hall of Fame? I can't remember. But according to the Boxing Hall of Fame, I'm reading here, the McAvoy win made him the world light heavyweight champ, as recognized by the British Boxing Board of Control. I'm not going to take that serious. I'm not going to take that serious because that's British Boxing Board of Control recognition. 1939, who would have been champion back then? Light heavy. Billy Conn was one of the dudes. I want to trace it back because I'm curious now. I'm curious. I'm kind of curious. I'm curious. You see why that is dodgy, you know? They did that. They tried to do the same thing when Ezra Charles, Joe Louis, the British Boxing Board of Control conspired with the with the European Boxing Union or whatever to bring their own champion from Europe. So they put Bruce Woodcock in with Lee Saffold, yeah, an American with Norwegian heritage. So he was still viable to fight for a EBU title, but it wasn't just an EBU title. This was going to be Europe's version of the heavyweight champion. But Ezra Charles had just beaten. He had just beat. Who did he beat? He beat Jersey Joe Walcott on points, I believe. But in America, because Joe Louis reigned for 12 years and he is basically just a boxing icon and god, right? They wasn't recognizing Charles as the lineal champion because he didn't beat Joe Louis. Joe Louis retired champion. He retired as champion. So as far as they were concerned, you ain't the real champion. With the NBA champion, right? The NBA, which later became the WBA. And when Joe Louis came out of retirement and challenged Ezard for the title, and Ezard won on points, then officially and linearly, Ezra Charles became the man. He became the man. And the EBU, shortly after Joe Louis retired, they pit Bruce Woodcock against Lee Saffold. I've told this story so many times, a few times. And Lee Saffold beat Bruce Woodcock. He beat Bruce Woodcock. But I think Britain were a little disappointed because it was supposed to be lined up so they could get a title. But Saffold became champion. And then Joe Lewis, knocked out Lee Saffold. But there was no belt on the line. He wasn't defending that bogus EBU world title, recognized by Britain and Europe. And when they saw that washed up Lewis, obviously, an old Lewis, could knock out their supposed world champion, they withdrew recognition. And Ezra Charles, you know, Ezra Charles was the dude. Ezra Charles was that dude. And that's that. And that's that. And that's that. So I'm just going through the lineage of who would have been champion. I just want to find out for myself, probably more than you guys want to know. So if, yeah. Look, the world champion back then was Billy Conn. Like I said, it wasn't a lucky guess. I mean, like 1939, right? If you are going to recognize this guy as champion, no. It was Billy Conn. It was Billy Conn. Billy Conn, 1939. Although that was the heavyweight title probably came after for Len Harvey. So who did Billy Conn beat for that title? Who did he beat? It was a vacant title. It was a vacant title. The New York State Athletic Commission title, that was on the line too. Let me just put it in the search engine. Who did Billy Conn beat for the light heavyweight title? I know he beat Tony Zell, but not for the title. That was a defense. Billy Conn beats for... Billy Conn was a great light heavyweight champion. He would have whooped Len Harvey. Len Harvey, a good fighter. He would have got whooped by Billy Conn. Billy Conn would have whooped him at light heavy. Would have whooped his ass, no doubt. Who did he succeed is what I want to find out. Who did he succeed? Who did he succeed? Let's see, you've got Billy Conn here. The Pittsburgh Kid. The Pittsburgh Kid. See, he beat Lee Saffold as well. He beat, let's see, yeah. And we know he beat Melino Battina. All right, I'll find that out. I'll find that out later. Not that important. Not that important. Let's get back to some of your comments. So yes, Len Harvey done 90,000. Yeah, he done 90,000. But back then, this is way before Hillsborough. This is way before the Hillsborough disaster in the late 90s in the UK. So the stadiums used to be, football stadiums used to be full. You know, packed in. And it's weird, man. That standing in a football stadium experience, man. I don't think a lot of people are going to experience it. It's totally different to sitting down and watching a football match and standing. It's two different things. You can't get as involved sitting down. You just can't. You can't. You're restricted. Your lung capacity, your freedom of movement is restricted. It's different. You can't engage in the match the same way sitting down. You just can't. You can't. But that's why you just don't you don't get them kind of crowds. But Wembley is 90,000 all-seater. 90,000 all-seater. And Sadiq Khan allocated more seats to the event. So it's a massive event, man. It's a massive event. It has to be said. Huge. Yes, that was 1939. I want to find out who Len Harvey, what year he became British champion. Let me go box rec. I'm going to work this out before we go, and then I'm going to go. It might take me a while, but good to have box rec, man. Good to have BoxRec and websites where you can just press stuff in and find stuff out about. Internet is a great tool. If you use it in a constructive way, it's a very good tool. In other ways, it's some bullshit. Yeah. Right. See, he was actually middleweight champion. He was Commonwealth middleweight champion too. Man, he beat Jock McAvoy for the middleweight title as well. Wow. Wow. Who did he win the light heavy? Wow. That was in 1938. Okay. That's 1938. You see? This is where, look at all that con there, right? He lost on points for the proper world light heavyweight title against John Henry Lewis, who actually fought Joe Lewis for the title, right? In 1936. That was in England he lost, right? At the Empire Pool, Wembley. You lost the title. He had a title shot. I didn't even know that. He had a title shot. And he lost. John Henry Lewis was a good champion. He was probably just before Billy Conn, actually. Thinking about it now. He was just probably before Billy Conn. Thinking about it now. Yes. Yes. Right, yeah. His last light heavyweight title was in 1938. It was in 1938. Billy Conn won the title in 39 against Bettina, Melio Bettina in 39, in July 39. So that's some bullshit. Yeah. The guy who he lost to for the title was still, how could you be champion if you didn't beat that guy? I mean, all right, Billy Conn didn't beat him. But you would have had to have beat Conn faced way better opposition than Harvey, you know. And that's the champion. That's the champion. He was nominated by the New York State Athletic Commission. That had way more credibility than the British Boxing Board of Control. Who, like, you see this country. That's why I'm getting mad at you guys. This is a small. Listen, England is a fucking great country. Don't get it twisted. It's a great country. For such a little small island, it's caused fucking tyranny, hell, and it's made itself known. Notoriety, money, wealth, respect. No doubt about it. But when they're ready to throw their weight about, when they shouldn't, it's something else, man. I don't think I'm going to be going. I'm going to purchase the pay-per-view. I'm going to purchase the pay-per-view because I want to see the whole card and the fight in clarity. That's the thing. If I go 68, it's going to be. I'm not going to be able to. I'm not going to pay for the tickets at the front, and they're all gone. All the 2-3 grand tickets, they're all gone. So if I'm in the stands, way away from the action, it's just going to be for me to say I was there at the event. That's all it's going to be. I actually like watching the action. I like seeing the action. That's why I like the York Hall. I love the York Hall. I love the Royal Albert Hall for watching boxing because I can engage. I can be engaged in the action, man. I can be engaged in the action. Their football stadium fights, you need like some people they just want to cheer, and don't get me wrong, they've got a big screen, so you'll see the fight. You will see the fight, but you'll see it on the screen, which is that's good. That's good that you see it on the screen, but it kind of defeats the object. You can see it on the screen at home. You want to see it when you go to see it live. You want to actually see tangible humans in front of you exchanging punches. But nevertheless, a great event. A great event. A great event, man. A great event. And you can't doubt Eddie Hearn. You can't doubt Eddie Hearn. He's pulled it off. Eddie Hearn's pulled it off, man. He's pulled it off. But I do want to go to some of the presses. So if they're in the York Hall or anywhere in London doing media workouts, I want to be there. I definitely want to be there. I have a new phone ready, yeah, to do the camera work. I'm going to get some good camera work this time. It'll be way better than the last ones. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to this, man. And if I'm sorry, guys. I know some of you, you Tyson Fury. I like Tyson Fury. I think as a boxer, just as a boxer, great boxer. But if Joshua beats Klitschko in a more convincing manner than Tyson Fury does, it's him who's going to get the endorsement, and it's him who we're going to see on breakfast TV and all that stuff. And we got Dorian Blommet. Greetings from Holland. Yeah, greetings, my friend. Greetings. Yeah, it's going to be Joshua who gets all that fly shit. And Fury is going to have to, take his place on the line. Inadvertently, though, if Wladimir is able to defeat Joshua in a convincing manner, then Tyson Fury's stock then bolsters. It bolsters from that. But I've really broke the fight down. I broke it down. I don't see how Klitschko wins it. I just don't see how he beats Anthony Joshua. I don't see it. I don't see it. Yeah. If you just have to get a track record of Klitschko fighting away from Germany, where the refs don't let him do what he does, and it's not so appreciated by the crowds. And if you take away that clutching thing, Tyson Fury's height took away the clutch game from Klitschko. He couldn't dominate or smother Tyson Fury. Yeah. Now Anthony Joshua is maybe fractionally shorter than Klitschko, fractionally. But I believe he has the reach, and he'll be he's very good with his jab. He's got a very good jab, Joshua. He's still developing, but he's very good. If he can establish range and eliminate that clinch game, the referee's not going to allow him to clinch anyway. Eddie Hearn's onto that already. Any referee who's taking this fight will be told, with no certain terms, maybe even coerced with some money. I don't know. You can't do this. You can't do. It's kind of like another tale which some people won't like to hear, and they conveniently forget. When people keep saying, "Look, Muhammad Ali's a great fighter," but in the second fight with Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali held on more excessively onto Frazier than probably Klitschko held on to any of his opponents in this championship ring. Tony Perez was the referee, and he let Ali get away with excessive holding. In fact, to be honest, right, I'm not going to say he worked in Ali's favor. He just made a poor job of officiating on that evening, Tony Perez. Right? In the early rounds, was it round 2, when Ali caught Frazier with the check? He caught him, I think it was with the check hook, and then he started letting his hands go. Frazier was in trouble. Frazier was in serious trouble. You see Frazier trying to bubble weave out, he was in serious trouble. Tony Perez just stepped in and stopped the action and saved Frazier from the follow-up shots which could have stopped him. And up to this day, nobody knows why he did it. There wasn't clinching. Ali was letting his hands go. This guy steps in. The bell didn't ring or anything. He just made a poor job. And Ali held excessively. Yeah? In the rematch, the thriller in Manila, Carlos Padilla was under strict instructions not to let Ali clinch. Not to let Ali clinch. And that's why you got that fight you got there. After you see, Ali's a great fighter. He's not stupid. After the first fight with his jaw all swollen out and he was on the canvas, and he done that rubber leg walk when he got hit with a combination. He said, "No, I've got to grip the guy." That's what you with Frazier. You have to grip Frazier. You have to grip Frazier. You saw how Foreman did. Foreman, how did he contain Frazier? He kept pushing him. He kept pushing him off. He didn't let Frazier get in. He pushed him off. He used his physical strength and pushed him off. If you're fighting Joe Frazier, you have to stop him getting inside, because if he lands couple of them hooks, them left hooks to your kidney and head, he'll just break your tank. Your tank will be damaged severely. That left hook is one of the best left hooks in boxing ever. You know, that's underreported. But yeah, it's a great event, man. It's a great event. It's a great event. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing that crowd, man. Like Carl Froch, his record is being displaced. The bad guy. Do I think Klitschko would have redeemed himself against Fury in a rematch? Because when Klitschko got aggressive, he was successful. No. I'm just gonna have to think to myself that Tyson Fury, once properly conditioned, he just beats that guy all the time. He beats him all the time, right? And this is why I'm saying no. In the last round, when he got aggressive, he nearly got stopped. Tyson Fury nearly actually got him out of there. St. Cruising, he says, Joshua will get to the weak chin of Klitschko, but it's a true test. Arnie needed to tie Joe up in the third fight. Perez thought he heard the bell in the second one. Yeah, you see, the thriller in Manila. The thriller in Manila and the Ernie Shavers fight did irreparable damage to Muhammad Ali. Like you said, he couldn't tie up in the third fight. He couldn't tie up. The examination on Ali's body, I believe, was it after the thriller in Manila or the Ernie Shavers fight? The guy said his organs, he was beaten up. Ali was beaten up badly. Should have retired. Should have retired. Should have retired. You know? Yeah, Perez thought he heard the bell in the second one. But how do you think he heard the bell? That's what I want to know. How did you think he heard the bell? Did it ring? And Ali could have got him out of there. Ali could have got him out of there. You know? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But, you know, that's boxing. That's boxing. So, yeah, Len Harvey, freeweight champion, British, the Empire title, which today is called the Commonwealth title. He's on equal terms with Joshua now. 90 grand a piece, 90,000 a piece. Carl Froch's record is eclipsed. Klitschko, how many times would that have been that he's won titles now if he defeats Joshua? This will be his third reign, I guess. He held the WBO title, although it was quite a forgettable reign. Some of the names he was fighting, to be honest with you. But nevertheless, it's there in the record books. It's there. It's there. You know? I'm sure I had some more information on this fight, but I can't seem to find my notes. Can't seem to find my notes. For some reason. Yeah. The first time Harvey drew a crowd the size of which Joshua promoters still can dream of getting was in 1934. That was when he fought Jack Stevenson. Yeah. I mean, if you guys go to Pathé News and type in Len Harvey and stuff, you'll see the crowds and you can see the enthusiasm, standing room, and like the crowds are going wild. Wild, it's just live. It's live. You can get Pathé News on YouTube or just put it in the Google search. You'll see it. You'll see it. You'll see it. British boxing was it was buzzing. It was buzzing back then, man, and it's been buzzing recently. But it was definitely buzzing back then. And you see, the fighters back then, it was nothing for them to light heavyweight, middle, freeweight champions. Jack Peterson, I think another one of Len Harvey's fierce rivals. All great fights. All great fights. All great fights. I think Freddie Mills ended Len Harvey's career. That's what I believe. Freddie Mills, he went on to become light heavyweight champion of the world. Light heavyweight champion. I was getting a bit. Yeah, Freddie Mills. He what round did he stop, my guy? Let me see if I can get it. Freddie Mills. Freddie Mills. That's before he won the title, I would believe. Yes, that was at White Hart Lane. They don't have the attendance. That's another big gate. This is at White Hart Lane. It's another big gate, man. Knocked him out in 2. I've seen it. It's on Cafe News. I've seen it. And Freddie Mills, he went on to become champion later. You know? Who did he defeat? He beat who did he beat? Did he beat Gus Lesnovich on points? I think he beat Gus Lesnovich. He won it late. Yeah. Gus Lesnovich. He beat Gus. Lesnovich beat him beforehand. The fight is brutal. The fight is flipping brutal, man. Like Freddie, he got floored early. He floored Freddie early. Lesnovich, the American, and it looked like it was going to be an early night. But Freddie got off the canvas and he started tearing back into Lesnovich, and he was clawing the deposit back a little. He was clawing it back, but Lesnovich finished the job, man. A brutal beating, bad beating. But it's not like the boxing today. It's not like the boxing today. After he took the beating from Lesnovich, within, what was it? Let's see. Let's see what my maths are like. Okay, that was on January, February, March, April, May. The 14th of May, he got knocked out in the 10th round. Lesnovich, grueling fight. The Ring magazine, what did they have it? One of the greatest fights in the history of British boxing. The Ring magazine said. That's how tough it was. Right? So 14th of May, 6th to the 6th to the 4th of May, April, May, June. That is 16. 22 days later. No. 20 days later. 20 days later. He was fighting the British heavyweight champion, Bruce Woodcock, in a non-title fight, 12-rounder. And Bruce Woodcock had a massive KO percentage. And he was a big heavyweight. He was outweighed by 10 pounds by Woodcock. Outweighed by 10 pounds. And Woodcock had a massive KO percentage. They just threw him in straight away. No rest. And I've got the box rec here. After that, 2 months later, less than 2 months later, they put him in with another guy named John Nielsen. He scored a KO there. And then they put him in with Joe Baxi was a heavyweight. He was a rated heavyweight contender. Joe Baxi was a rated heavyweight contender. Right? This is barely a month after the Woodcock fight. Barely 2 months after the Gus Lesnovich fight. They put him in with this guy here. Yeah? So I watched the documentary about Freddie Mills. He suffered from severe headaches, severe headaches, and this is why. This is why his family members said as much when his close associates. This is why. And they, like I said before, they've never really done the psychological fallout from taking such heavy punishment. And there's rumors that Freddie Mills used to go out and kill prostitutes. And this was late in his career, these rumors came out. Because there was all these prostitutes getting murdered in London. Or was it in London or what? No, he wasn't from London. But a certain part, maybe he moved to London. Maybe he actually moved to London by this stage. But all these prostitutes were getting murdered. Or ladies of the night, or what you want to call them. And apparently, you know, there's rumors that it was Freddie. Freddie was from Bournemouth, in Dorset. You know, and there's evidence to say that, you know, the punishment, the punishment that he's took, just warped his mind. That I think that happened to Ike Abushi, because it's, when I think about it, his circumstances are similar. Freddie was suffering from severe headaches, severe headaches, and you're talking at a time in boxing where there was no studies to say brain damage, taking punches to the head, even though the medical profession knew, but it was never clinically, you know, sat down and said. And Ike Abushi, he suffered severe headaches after the David Tua fight, and that's when he started doing all that craziness. You know, I don't think they want to do that psych evaluation of boxing, because it will probably be more than likely, if they do a thorough, in-depth investigation into that, it could be the writing on the wall for the sport. It really could. It really could. It really could. The only thing that could save it is that the fighters don't fight as often as they did then, but it's something to think about. It's something to think about. I'll take a couple more of your queries. Yep, Freddie the Ripper. Freddie the Ripper, man. Yeah, it's rumored. It is rumored 68. It is rumored. St. Cruz in Joshua. Yep. Read that out. So probably see you guys at the hangout later, man. Probably see you there. Peace.